Harnessing the untapped power within. How your imagination shapes your reality. For years, I've watched people unknowingly sabotage their own lives. They dwell on debt, setbacks, illness, painting vivid mental pictures of their worst fears, then wondering why life feels like a constant uphill battle. What if I told you that within minutes you could flip the script? That the very tool causing this self-sabotage, your imagination, holds the key to rewriting your reality. Sounds too good to be true. I understand. But in almost 50 years of studying mental strength, it's the most profound truth I've uncovered. Think about it. Most people spend their days visualizing the exact opposite of what they want. They replay job loss scenarios, imagine credit card rejections, foresee rejection and criticism. The crazy part, they're often completely oblivious to this mental habit. I was once one of them, trapped in a self-imposed prison of looming difficulties. Waking up to a mental onslaught of debt and impending doom became automatic, a relentless negative loop. This invisible cage, built brick by brick with my own imagination, was a stark contrast to its potential. As Napoleon Hill rightly said, the imagination is a prodigious force. It's the birthplace of airplanes, the internet, billion-dollar companies, profound social change and personal transformations. Every breakthrough begins with a seed of an idea, nurtured with such clarity that the world eventually bends to its will. But left unchecked, this same imagination breeds a different reality, one of limitations, where you simply survive from paycheck to paycheck. Science backs this up. The National Science Foundation found that 80% of our daily thoughts are negative and 95% are repetitive. Most people are mentally reliving the same worries day in and day out. How can you build a new life with the same old mental baggage? You can't. You need to start leveraging your imagination, not the childish version you were told to abandon, but a potent, intentional, creative force. It costs nothing, no degree, no outside validation needed. Just a few minutes a day, a few minutes of quiet, mindful breathing. Close your eyes and vividly imagine your desired outcome. See the finished product, the achieved goal, the realized dream. Feel it, walk in its shoes, see yourself in it. The more sensory details you add, the more effective it becomes. Your brain can't differentiate between intense imagery and reality. Elite athletes use this technique to train without leaving the room. CEOs use it to make game-changing decisions before opportunity even knocks. They see the future before it exists, and when it arrives, they're fully prepared. You can do this too every single day. I challenge you. For the next 7 days, spend just 5 minutes each day, perhaps upon waking or before bed, visualizing the life you crave. See it in vibrant colors, dynamic movement, with sound and emotion. Make it a habit. See if something inside you doesn't start to shift, because it will. It's inevitable. I remember a specific night in Toronto, facing crushing debt and despair, with an empty fridge and a heavier heart. That night I did something different. I sat, closed my eyes, and I imagined. I saw myself on stage teaching, prosperous and joyful, surrounded by people feeling free. It brought me to tears, not of impossibility, but because it revealed what was possible. I'd never seen that future before, not even with my mind's eye. And from that point, a shift began. It wasn't instant, but it started there. If your life feels stagnant, if everything seems to go wrong, if the future feels like a tired rerun of the past, stop, breathe. Ask yourself, what am I feeding my imagination? Because everything starts with an image, and you hold the brush. Remember childhood? You could be anything. An astronaut, a superhero, a rock star, a quirky inventor. Close your eyes, and the world transformed. A couch became a spaceship, the backyard a magical forest, a stick a magic wand. No limits, no barriers. Your imagination was limitless. Then life happened. Between the ages of 4 and 7, someone likely said, "Stop daydreaming, pay attention." This natural, powerful, even sacred ability was gradually silenced. School labeled imagination as lack of focus, daydreaming as needing to return to reality. You, like any child, wanted acceptance. You wanted to do the right thing, to please adults. So you silenced it, hid it, and started obeying. That's how lethargy sets in, the numbing of creative mind, the slow death of imagination. I know, I was there. For years, I merely followed orders. Wake up, work, pay bills, survive. No space for creation, no time for dreams. I mistakenly believed this was adulthood, maturity. It wasn't. It was conditioning. The system we were raised in wasn't designed to awaken your inner genius. It was designed to train obedience, repetition, conformity. Think identical classrooms, rigid schedules, single right answers to complex questions. That's structure, a mold, and you were squeezed into it, even if inside you were made of unique shapes, bold ideas, and dreams too big for those square boxes. NASA research with thousands of children revealed something alarming. At age 5, 98% show high levels of creative genius. By 10, that number plummets to 30%, by 15 to 12%. In adults, only 2% retain that level. What happened? School, system, society, fear of failure, fear of looking foolish, fear of dreaming and being disappointed. But that imagination didn't die. It's hidden, like a flickering flame waiting to be fanned. Maybe you're 30, 40, 50, thinking it's too late. Imagination is for artists, kids, those with free time. Wrong. It's the bridge between who you are and who you could be. Think great entrepreneurs, leaders, inventors, visionaries. Are they different? No. They simply kept alive what you let slumber. They kept daydreaming just methodically, with focus, with purpose. I once met a supermarket manager who'd worked there for 20 years, his eyes welling up. "Bob, I don't have any dreams left. I don't even know what I like doing." My heart broke. I asked, "As a child, what did you want to be?" Silence, then a smile. A pilot. The flame was still there. If you resonate with this, if you feel stuck on autopilot, if life has become a series of tasks, stop, breathe, rediscover that part of yourself. Close your eyes. Remember what you pretended to be, what made you laugh uncontrollably, what made time fly. It wasn't just play, it was pure creative expression, your authentic self manifesting. And the good news? You can access it again. You can train your mind to imagine freely, deeply, purposefully. Use it to create new solutions, new paths, new lives. Don't let the world convince you that dreaming is a waste of time. It's what connects you to the time that doesn't yet exist, the future you want to live. The child within is waiting and still believes in you. William James, a giant in modern psychology, said something life-changing. Act the way the person you want to become would act. It sounds like make-believe, but it's a powerful strategy for creating a new reality. When you behave as if you've already achieved your goals, something extraordinary happens. Your mind aligns with your desired future. Your actions shift, your choices change, your emotions evolve, and the universe, responding not to what you want but to who you are, conspires in your favor. Most people are victims of the present. They dress like failures, think like failures, speak like failures, then wonder why nothing changes. How would you behave if you already had the life of your dreams? Truly imagine financial freedom, vibrant health, loving relationships, peace of mind. How would your days unfold? How would you greet the morning, look in the mirror? What decisions would you make? Who would you choose to be with? What would you no longer tolerate? That's how you need to start acting. Today, before anything changes, because that's what makes everything change. This isn't pretense, arrogance, or denial. It's construction, energetic alignment, intentional action. Neuroscience confirms the brain's malleability, neuroplasticity. Repeated thoughts and behaviors create neural pathways. The more you act prosperous, the more your brain believes you are, and it starts automatically seeking ways to validate that belief in the real world. I remember a time of near nothingness, disorganized finances, low self-esteem, negativity surrounding me. But after studying this principle deeply, I decided to become the man I wanted to be before I even felt ready. I dressed better, stood taller, spoke with confidence, studied as if I were already a teacher, led as if I were already on stage. I didn't wait for success to act successful. I acted successful, and that brought me success. Steve Jobs is a prime example, acting like a tech revolutionary before he had a product to show. He saw the future so clearly others started believing, not because of proof, but because he behaved as if he already knew. This applies to all areas of life: relationships, health, spirituality, inner peace. Want a healthy relationship? Act like someone who loves, respects, and knows their own worth. Want better health? Act like someone who values their body, makes mindful choices, and respects their inner temple. It all starts with behavior aligned with your destiny, not your past. The mistake many make is waiting to feel before acting. That order is reversed. Don't wait to feel confident to speak publicly. Speak, and confidence will follow. Don't wait to feel motivated to start a business. Start, and motivation will emerge along the way. Emotion is a consequence of action, not the other way around. This doesn't mean ignoring challenges. They'll be there. But when you act from a place of victory, you respond from a place of power, direction, and faith. Imagination is the rehearsal for reality. Each time you visualize and act accordingly, you're sculpting a new version of yourself. The truer you stay to that image, the faster the transformation. To change your life, stop waiting for ideal conditions. They won't come. Create the ideal internal conditions. That starts now. You know who you want to be. Are you willing to live like that person, even without all the results yet? If yes, you've taken the first step. And that step changes everything. There's an energy flowing in and through you right now, invisible to the naked eye, but felt, even photographed. In the 1930s, Russian photographer Semyon Kirlian developed a technique to capture this energy: Kirlian photography. When photographing the human body, a glow emanated, a vibrant aura of light. Not magic, not illusion, real. Visible evidence of something most ignore. You're an energetic field in constant emission. This energy responds to your thoughts, the images you hold in your mind. What you think, you feel. What you feel, you vibrate. What you vibrate, you attract. Its frequency determined by what you build or allow within your mind. Imagination steers this energy. When you clearly envision a life of peace, abundance, fulfillment, you alter your frequency. This changes your body, voice, gaze, actions, behavior, and your perception of reality. And in time, it changes reality itself. Most people vibrate at the frequency of fear, scarcity, uncertainty. They imagine the worst. The body tenses, the heart races, the mind goes into defense mode. This becomes a constant, daily, chronic vibration, and life responds in kind. Notice how some people seem to go from crisis to crisis. Even when they achieve something good, they sabotage it, returning to square one. That's not bad luck, it's a vibrational pattern. It's a deeply ingrained mental image, echoing and shaping the world around them. A man once approached me after a talk, educated, intelligent, hard-working, yet saying, "Bob, no matter what I do, I always end up back where I started. I earn money, then lose it. I find opportunities, but something goes wrong. I feel trapped." I looked into his eyes and asked, "Have you ever truly imagined yourself free?" Silence. Then, his voice choked. "Never. Not for a second." That hit me hard. Most people wait for life to change to feel free, not realizing that freedom starts within. The image precedes the matter. The feeling precedes the evidence. Have you imagined yourself at peace? Felt the lightness of living without fear, without chasing time? Tasted freedom, even if just in your mind? If not, you're wasting your greatest tool. Studies prove that intentional thoughts and well-formed mental images directly impact physical health, athletic performance, decision-making, even cellular regeneration. What you think literally alters your body. What you feel alters the world you see. Train your imagination, not as a game, but as daily alignment with your desired life. Take 5 minutes daily to build positive images. See yourself smiling, breathing deeply, loved, doing what you love with abundance surrounding you. Feel the scene. Vibrate with it. Hold that vibration as long as possible throughout your day. You don't need opportunity to feel good, money in the bank, to vibrate prosperity. Create that state internally, with intention, with consistency. The world reflects what you emit. You're an electromagnetic field in constant creation, and your external reality is a mirror of your internal state. Start now. When your energy shifts, everything shifts, and that can happen in just a few minutes. Your imagination isn't just fantasy. It's the seed of all that can bloom in your life. Use it with intention, clarity, and consistency to change your frequency, your perception, and ultimately everything around you. You aren't trapped. You're creating constantly, consciously or not. If you're still reading, something within you has awakened. Continue this journey. The next video on your screen is the next step in your wisdom evolution. The next step in becoming 1% better than you are now. And that small improvement, repeated daily, takes you to extraordinary places. Thank you for being here. I'll see you there.